These are 5 starter farms that you need to build in your Minecraft Java survival world. Auto sorting, villagers, emeralds and totems, mobs, and infinite XP. If you don't have these farms, you are missing out on so much easy early game loot. The list gets better as it goes on, so make sure to check out all 5 farms. And with that, let's start off with the auto sorter. Now, I know we all hate going out on a super long trip, gathering a ton of resources, and then coming home to chests that look like this. It is one of the worst feelings, which is why the auto sorter has taken number 5 on this list. It's very simple to set up and even easier to use. You literally just take the items that you want, you chuck them all into this top chest, and then they each get sorted into their corresponding chest. And any item that's not here is going to go down into the junk chest at the end. Now I'm going to show you guys how to build this 3 chest design, but of course you can make it however long or short you want to. So the first thing you want to do is place down all of your double chests on the ground and then go ahead and make those 2 blocks tall so we have plenty of storage space. Now what you want to do is take each hopper and lead it into its corresponding chest, making sure that the prong is leading into the chest and it's not leading into the other hoppers. Then what you want to do is skip 1 block and place down 3 right there, or however many chests you have, of course, followed by a redstone torch not on the ground, but on the side of the block right there. Then go ahead and place 3 redstone repeaters facing into those blocks, along with 3 more blocks behind those, and then you want to place 9 blocks back here. Now, what you want to do is take all of your redstone comparators and you want to look in this direction and place them down so the 2 prongs are facing towards the hoppers. And then go ahead and take all of your redstone and place it on these blocks, including the ones back here. Now, from here, what you want to do is take your hoppers and lead them into the comparators. Make sure the prong's leading into the comparator. And of course, repeat that for all of your comparators. And then go ahead and place down 1 block on the end of the hoppers with a chest right there. This is going to be your junk chest. Wherever the items do not fit into here, they're all going to get funneled into this. And then finally, what you want to do is place your last row of hoppers, all leading into that end chest. And then you want to place your final chest on top. And this top chest here is where you're going to put all of the items to be sorted. Now, setting up the auto sorter is very, very simple. What you want to do is take the item you want to sort. So for me, it's going to be gold in this chest, and then go up to the hopper that's leading into the comparator. Then what you want to do is take 1 filler item and put it back there. Make sure that whatever this item is will not be going into this chest and getting sorted. Otherwise it's going to break. And then take the item you want to sort and put it up here. This will tick down to 41. And then if you look back here, all of this redstone should be turned on. Then what you want to do is repeat that process for your whole auto sorter, and the whole thing is done. Now all you have to do is take some items, put it into that top chest, it'll properly get sorted, and the stuff that doesn't fit will go down into the junk chest at the end. Farm number 4 is this extremely easy villager breeder, but remember the farms get better as the list goes on, so stick around till the end for the best XP farm in the game that can get you a ton of levels super easily. And although this is the easiest one, it is also the best. It's so simple to set up, and as you can see, it is going to be producing villagers at a rate faster than you could possibly need to get them. And it's literally just a couple beds up here, a couple villagers, and a little drop chamber. All of the babies fall down here, and then you can simply let them out. It's so easy to use, and especially considering villagers are good for trading, iron farms, and so many other things, this is definitely a must-have farm. Now, building this farm has never been easier. You want to start off by making a 3-block tall drop chamber out of any block you want. I'm using glass because I like being able to see inside, but it doesn't matter. Place 4 slabs on top of the glass and then 1 fence post at the same level as the slabs. Then what you want to do is place down a bed right there, making sure that the pillow is over top of the air. And then go ahead and continue that same thing in a square with all 4 of your beds. Then shift and place down a carpet over top of the pillow. Do that for all 4 sides. And then you want to do the same thing with a trapdoor over top of the red part. And now, very simple, what we need to do is get 2 villagers on top of this fence post, which is not as hard as it sounds. Now, all you need to do is get 2 villagers near the farm and make a temporary staircase up to the beds. Then once it turns nighttime, the villagers are going to automatically run up and sleep in the beds. You can then break the temporary staircase, and once it turns daytime, the villagers will wake up and be in the correct spot. Now finally, all you need to do is take 5 blocks and place them up near the farm, and then you just want to take some ladders so you can pretty easily get up and down. And there you go, the whole thing is done. Now simply jump over to them and give them either a bunch of bread, carrots, or potatoes. And there you go, they are now going to breed baby villagers who are all going to fall down into that drop chamber. Super simple, super easy, and very, very efficient. Farm number 3 is this super easy raid XP farm that's going to give you things like emeralds, totems, enchanted items, and so many other good things. And it really does not get much easier than this design right here. It's a small 5x5 square on the surface, and then under there is a villager section, and check out how easy this thing is to set up. Then all you do is stand here, smack the raid mobs, and all of the items are going to go down into this chest below. To get started with this farm, you're going to want to dig out a 5x5 hole in the ground, and then go ahead and place a bucket of water in any one of the 4 corners, doesn't matter which one. Then going to the opposite side of your water bucket, what you want to do is place down 4 blocks there and 4 blocks right there as well. And then go ahead and place any slab right there and right there with a sign on that block. Now, the next thing you want to do is hop over to this single dry block and break down 3 blocks. And then on either one of these top 2, go ahead and break it and place down a top slab. Then underneath that slab, you want to break those 2 blocks, and then go ahead and make yourself a 3x3 square down here, and this is where the villager is going to sit. Now, the next thing you want to do is place a torch so mobs don't spawn down here, a bed for the villager, and then break that corner and place any workstation there, doesn't matter which one. Now break those 3 blocks and place down 1 or 2 chests, whatever you want. I recommend having a double chest with a hopper leading into the chest. Then go ahead and place a sign over top of the chest and a bucket of water right there. Now go ahead and place down a cauldron right there, but don't do anything to it yet. You then want to take a boat and place it down and then drive this boat as far into the corner as possible. Look to the left and then hop out of it. There we go. This villager area is now done, and what you want to do is turn around and then break out 2 blocks this way, and then go ahead and dig up to the surface. Place some ladders to get in and out, and then a trapdoor so the raid mobs don't come down here and kill you. And there you go. The thing is pretty much done. The next thing we need to do is actually get our villager down in that area, which again is very, very simple. So what you want to do is get 1 villager into the farm, just like this, and then go ahead and break the boat if that's how you got him there. He should fall down into that area, and then once you have your villager down there, take a bucket of lava and place it right there, and that's going to kill all of the ravagers. Then when you go down here, your villagers should have the profession of the thing you placed down and be sitting inside of this boat. And then you can go ahead and take a bucket of lava, place it in that cauldron, and your farm is now done. Now, using the farm is very simple. You're going to want to get an ominous bottle, and then I'd recommend using an axe when killing the mobs. What you want to do is hop down here, close the trapdoor, and then drink the ominous bottle, and the raid is going to start automatically. Now, as you can see at the top of my screen, the raid is started. Eventually, the raid mobs will find their way over to you. They're going to fall down into this area, and then you want to listen for 5 ticks. Slap them with the axe once, and this is going to stop any vexes from spawning. You finish the raid, and all of the drops have gone down into the chest below. Oh yeah, also don't stand too close to the boat, otherwise they might be able to hit you and kill you. You're going to want to stand around here when you're killing them. Farm number 2 is a mob XP farm. This one is absolutely insane. It gives you so much XP, so much insane loot, and it is so unbelievably easy to set up. In my opinion, mob farms are the most versatile farm in the entire game, giving you things like gunpowder, bones, arrows, rotten flesh, XP, so many other things, and considering how easy they are to set up, it is definitely a must-have farm when you start a new world. Ideally, this farm is going to be built somewhere flat where there's no big hills to make sure all of the mobs are going to spawn inside of the farm. Now, once you found your building location, what you want to do is either take 2 stacks of scaffolding or blocks and ladders, and you want to build up into the air just to make sure that no mobs on the ground level slow down the right to the farm. Now, once you get up here to the top, what you want to do is make a 2x2 square with 3 blocks just like this. And then once you've done that, to either one of the sides, you want to continue this out 4 more blocks. So you have a shape that looks like this. Now, after that, what you want to do is come to these end 4 blocks and place down 2 sets of double chests just like that. And then you want to take 4 hoppers and place them on top of all of those chests. Now from here, go ahead and place 2 blocks down right there and then 2 slabs just like that. So now to use the farm, all you have to do is run up to here and you can start killing the mobs. Now once you've got this done, go ahead and place 4 slabs on top of the hoppers to make sure no XP gets stuck inside of the hoppers. Now we're going to make the drop chamber for the mobs next. So start off by placing down 6 blocks on these 3 sides, leaving the front open like this. If you want to fill in the corners, that is okay, but it's also unnecessary. Now on top of this, what you want to do is make another ring of blocks, but this time closing off the front, just like this. And then to make sure no mobs are able to hit you, you want to place down 2 trapdoors like that. So try not to walk off the back like I did. What you do is climb up here to use the farm and then run up here and you can slap the mobs without them being able to see you. Now on top of these 2 layers, what you want to do is extend this up 19 more blocks. So it's a total of 21 blocks tall. Once you're done with that, take your 8 stairs and place them on the very top blocks like this. And then once you have that, you also want to fill in these 4 corners with any solid block. Now from here, branching off of the stairs, what you want to do is build out 7 blocks in all 4 of the directions. And once you've got that done, go ahead and make a 2-block wall around the whole structure. Okay, so you should now have a plus shape that looks like this. We now need to create these spawning platforms for the mobs. So what you want to do is connect all of these corners, just like this, and then fill them in, and that will be the spawning platform in all 4 of the corners. All right, perfect. So now we can have the mobs spawn, and we have the drop chamber made, but we actually need to get the mobs down into that drop chamber. So the first thing we need to do is come to these ends here and place down 2 buckets of water, and they should lead perfectly to right here. Now, it might be helpful to make yourself an infinite water source beforehand because we are going to need quite a few buckets of water. And again, you of course want to do that in all 4 of the sides, so all of the mobs are going to get pushed towards the middle. Also, if you haven't already, you are going to want to fill in these corners just to make sure that no mobs get stuck there. Now, once you're done with that, we need to make sure mobs are actually able to walk into this water, and we do that by placing down trapdoors on both of these sides. And then opening up all of those trapdoors, and this will trick the mobs into thinking it's a full block, and then they just walk over and fall to their death. And again, of course, you want to do this for all 4 sides. So perfect, this part is done. Now, one more thing I recommend you guys do, just to make sure no spiders clog up that center drop chamber, is placing down carpets in these positions, and this will stop all spiders from spawning. It's now time to make multiple layers of this farm. Really quickly though, if you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for weekly videos. And it's very simple. If you want to make more layers, all you have to do is build up 3 blocks and copy the exact same design over top of the one below. I'm going to do 3 layers, but you can do however many you want. If you've done this part correctly, all of your carpets and the layers should perfectly line up with each other, making sure all of the mobs are able to fall straight down. Now to work on the roof, all you need to do is make a 2-block tall wall around the platform. And then once you're done with that, you want to go up 1 block and over 1 block and then make a roof right here. And there you go, your mob XP farm is done. Now the final thing you want to do is place some torches up here on the top just to make sure that no mobs can spawn up here during nighttime. I'd also recommend placing some torches down here just again to make sure no mobs are going to spawn and kill you. Now as you can see, a ton of mobs are falling down here, and all you have to do is slap them with the sword. You collect the XP, and then all of the drops, of course, go down inside of these chests. And finally, coming in at number 1, the best starter farm to have in your world is going to be this very simple XP farm. Look at how small this thing is. It'll take literally 10 minutes to set up, and with just a few hits of these silverfish, you are going to get a ton of XP coming out and going into your inventory. Now, XP is so important in the game, and especially considering how simple this one is to set up, it is the perfect starter farm for your world. The first thing you want to do for this farm is dig out a 3x3 by 2 block deep hole, and then to any one of the 4 sides, doesn't matter which one, you want to extend it out by 3 more blocks. Now in the middle of those 3 blocks, place down a fence gate and open it up, and then place down an armor stand right there. Now coming all the way to the opposite side, break that block and place a bucket of water there. And then you want to place a slab 1/2 block up in the middle, and then go ahead and place a campfire on top of that, and you can temporarily put it out if you'd like. Now place a temporary block on the side, and then place 8 slabs around that center campfire, and then 2 more slabs all the way over here. Now, the next thing we need to do is get a zombie inside of this area to make sure that the armadillos are going to curl up and not take damage. Now, we can use a name tag to make sure they don't despawn, but the much easier option is with a boat. So for this, go 1 block away from the farm and then dig a 2x2 hole that is 3 blocks deep. Place a boat to the side, wait for it to turn nighttime, and then go ahead and get yourself a zombie. Now get him inside of that boat and then use some buckets of water to push that boat down inside of the hole. Finally, once you have that zombie in the hole, make sure to place some solid blocks above it so the zombie doesn't die to the sunlight. Now for this farm, we do need armadillos, which can be found in a savanna biome. Luckily for you guys, you are only going to need 2 armadillos, and then what you can do is take some spider eyes and breed them to make as many as you want. You can have between 2 and 24 armadillos, and obviously the more you have, the more efficient the farm's going to be. Now, once you have all of your armadillos, let them free and push them all inside of that hole onto the campfire, and they should be curled up because of the zombie that we placed in the boat earlier. Now, the final thing we want to do is place down 4 temporary blocks there and then break that block as well. Place a slab right there, and then you can go ahead and light your campfire and replace that block. There you go, your easy XP farm is now done, and you can get a ton of levels super easily. If you enjoyed this top 5 list, make sure to check out the video on your screen right now for even more great content. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Blazedmc out.